In today's video, I'm going to try and do something quite different to what I've done before. I'm going to try and see 40 tombs in one day. Yep, 40. Now, before you go thinking that that's madness and the video is going to be 20 hours long, bear with me. Come and have a look at this. So, we're in a place called New Town. This isn't just any new town. We're actually less than 10 kilometers from Narita airport, which is the international airport where most people would probably fly in from. So this new town, which is here, was actually built from 1968 onwards, which is when the airport was built. So before then, there was nothing here but farmland and a whole bunch of tombs. Actually, there were more than 40 back then. There were actually 110 or so. But as usual, they've been wiped out due to progress. And that progress is this whole new town was actually built to house basically airport staff. So there's a lot of dorms here and apartments for staff of ANA and JAL and different sort of airlines here. So already I've been kind of walking around here for about half an hour or so, and it's a very strange sort of atmosphere here. It doesn't feel like anywhere else in Japan, but I'll talk about that later because we're actually here for the tombs, right? So as you can see, number 1 right down to number 38. Where's 39? Where's 40? Well, officially there's supposed to be 39 tombs here. Number 39 is off over here somewhere, and we will find that. Number 40 is actually kind of like an unofficial tomb, so I'm not sure if I can find it today, but it's supposed to be somewhere around these tombs. But yeah, I hope I can find it. It will be pretty cool if I do. So probably explain a bit more about this sign. So this here says New Town Kofun map. So it's the map of the tombs here, which is quite obvious. And here we have New Town no kofun-gun wa mitsu no gun o owasete. So that means basically the New Town group of tombs. There's actually 3 groups all together. So I'll talk about it in a sec. So actually here it says Kōdzuhara Kofun gun to yobarete imasu. So that means that this place is known as Kōdzuhara Kofun gun. It's a bit weird though, because other maps and websites refer to it as Kōdzuhara Kofun gun without this ga character. Anyway, I won't go into the stranger points of Japanese, but yeah, either way, it's something like Kōdzuhara Kofun gun. I think that's what I'm going to call it today. So the 3 Kofun groups are as follows. So up kind of where we are now, this is Hisago Zuka Kofun gun. There's 7 tombs here. The second group is called Ten no Funa Zuka Kofun gun. 14 tombs here. And the last group, which contains 17 tombs, is called Yatsushiro Dai Kofun gun. So we're going to get to all of these today, hopefully. That's certainly my goal. I hope it's not going to be a half-day video though, so let's see. But in fact, the tombs are all pretty close to each other once you're in the individual areas of groups, and the tombs are actually generally pretty small. Highlights that I'm looking forward to are this one. Definitely this one. It's probably the biggest for today. 1621, and yeah, maybe here is pretty interesting too. And actually number 39, which is not indicated on the map, should be quite cool too. And also number 21 here. A couple of you mentioned that you want me to film shrines. There's actually 2 shrines on top of this tomb here, so that should be pretty interesting as well. Okay, and here is actually indicating the different shapes of tombs we have here. So this is an N font or round font, round tomb. This is a square tomb, hole font. This is a classic keyhole shape, Zempo Koen font, and this is like squared with a, I guess, the sort of triangular end. Zempo Koho font. So yeah, so as you can see here, lots of round tombs, keyhole, square tombs, majority of round tombs here, a couple keyholes, round one, and they're kind of squarish triangular, which is pretty interesting. Keyhole, squares, so yeah, we've got a whole range here. Anyway, so I think we'll go and look at the tombs. As a matter of fact, I'm standing right here underneath 5 and 6 at the moment, but for how to put it, for the sake of completeness and order, I'm gonna go off and start back at number 1. We'll work our way all the way down to there, but we might have a diversion for 39. Anyway, let's go. This park here actually holds 3 tombs, number 1 to number 3, and the thing you'll probably notice today is quite a few of these tombs have been sort of preserved as parks, with houses and apartments built around them. So yeah, at least they've kept some of them in parks here. So as we look at number 1 here, just need to climb up this embankment, and it's all a little bit overgrown here. Kind of needs a bit of grass cutting. I would appreciate that. So here we go. Kōdzuhara Kofun gun, number 1 tomb, circular, 25 meters width, and height is 2 meters. Now these heights are a little bit strange because the first sort of couple of tombs that I've seen already, like I did do a bit of scouting around before for the first half dozen tombs, the heights are just kind of all wrong. But like for example this one, so this is number 1 tomb. It's definitely more than 2 meters tall. Like I'm almost 2 meters myself, and this is at least a meter over my head, so yeah, let's say 3 meters for this one. Anyway, I guess they're giving us estimates, so we can't be too mad at that. So yeah, it's basically a round tomb. There's no other information about it, but I think you'll find today that a lot of the tombs we will see are pretty much like this, of varying extents in size. Tree growing out of the top of the tomb. Let's hope it doesn't, eat the tomb up one day. And the trees seem to be attracted to these tombs, or I don't know if they're planted or it's just, nature doing what nature does, but yeah, tombs and trees seem to go together. Alrighty, let's head for number 2. So here we have number 2 tomb for the day. Actually approaching it from the back. We'll get to the sign in a sec. There's actually workers sitting over there, and they have they have landscaping equipment, so I think they're here to cut the grass. And I should have come tomorrow. Anyway, so here's another little round tomb, and you will see number 2. 23 meters, 2 meters high. Now, again with the height stuff, so standing next to this actually, yeah, barely comes up to my chest, so I'm not sure what's with these heights here. Maybe that's the tombs have actually changed since they first measured them out. I'm not sure. It's a little bit weird. Anyway, the next tomb is definitely one of the highlights for today, and I've already had a bit of a look at it, and yeah, it's pretty damn awesome. So it's just to my left here, but let's have a look at the sign first before we reveal. Okay, so number 3, 65 meters, 3 meters height. It's definitely a lot more than that. And this is a Zempo Kōfun, which is, as the diagram, the sign indicates, the classic keyhole shape. So what we're looking at is this. I think actually I'll take you around the other side. You can probably get a clearer view, but it's kind of a rough idea. And there's a big team of workers over there now. Oh well. So what I'm walking in here is actually this kind of sort of lowered bit of land. So here's the tomb, and here's the embankment going up. This probably would have been a moat at when the tomb was originally made. So just imagine, you can sort of see it quite clearly there. It's would have been full of water at one point in time. Okay, and let's go up to the top. All kind of soil here. You can't actually see any stones, but they'd certainly be just under the surface, I would imagine. Okay. Alright, so take a look around. As always, with these tombs, I kind of prefer to come in the middle of winter when the foliage, trees are all basically dead, so not dead, but not active for the winter, as the tombs are a lot more still visible in their entirety. But anyway, might as well make the most of my time. Any time of year is a good time to see a kofun. Okay, and that's the classic kind of keyhole shape. Now, as the sign said, 3 meters height. This is a lot more than 3 meters. I think it's probably at the top of the round bit there, at least 5 or 6 meters. So I don't know what's happening with that signage, but I probably shouldn't complain too much. At least they're giving us a sign, so you know, that's more than I can say for a lot of tombs that I've seen. Okay, we'll have a look here. One last look. Let's go through here. Okay, number 3. Kofun. One last look. So let's give you a bit more of a look at number 3 as the sun has come up now. Oh, that's a beautiful tomb. Okay, and number 4, just across the path here, has its own little park. And again, a round tomb, smaller than the others at 15 meters, and this time the 1.5, yeah, I can agree with that. But the height is right. So yeah, it's pretty cool. I wish they named the park after the actual Kofun itself, because there's kind of nothing else here. It deserves it. Okay, number 4 finished. 5 and 6 this way. As we reveal number 5. I can't actually get in there, but I wish I could. So number 5 is 35 meters, so it's a bit of a bigger one, and 2 meters incorrect height. Next to it, number 6, 34 meters, slightly smaller, and again the 2 meters, which is really 4. What I like here is that the way the two tombs are, you know, almost identical in size, and their positioning actually reminds me of the emperor's tombs in China, albeit they're sort of got masonry stone all over them, but obviously these will be stone inside. But yeah, it's kind of a little bit different for these Japanese tombs, the way these are positioned. And yeah, it's really cool. And if you take a look around, we're like really in kind of, you know, urban area. This is certainly not one of my countryside trips. It would have been countryside here, you know, before 1968, but certainly not now. It's you know, when they call it New Town, they're not wrong. It's actually a big shopping center that Bon Belter. It's actually a shopping center, big post office, car park off in the distance. Oh, and I'm stupid. I can actually get to the tomb here. Probably the other one as well. So let's have a closer look. This is number 6. Okay, let's go and have a quick climb on top. Not like there'll be anything here, but get a bit of a view. Kind of levels out nicely on the top. Can't see anything like stones here. Like a stair deep underneath me. Narita, New Town. And over here is tomb number 5. I probably won't go and climb that. I think you get the general idea. They're pretty much exactly the same. So yeah, this is really cool here. Well, aside from the environment, which isn't that interesting, but yeah, let's head on to tomb number 7, which is not far from here at all. Speaking of China before, in case you're wondering what this says, it's actually Chinese, and it says Rong Yu, which means honor. And this character here, maybe some of you know His name is Guan Yu. He's famous famous person from the Three Kingdoms time in China, or Sangguoyan Yi. But yeah, it's interesting that my shirt today says honor, because what I'm honoring today is the memory of our Japanese tombs. So yeah, I'm going to do all I can to honor their glory. I have to say, I feel very strange looking at ancient tombs next to a huge shopping center and an even bigger car park. It's definitely a first for me. I've seen them in residential areas, but never quite like this. But yeah, it's a new experience, I guess. Now I'm trying to get to tomb number 7, which is just on my left here, but I can't find a way in. Hopefully there'll be an entry somewhere here. Okay, that's a bit weird. It's there. Alright, I'm going back. This platform here is actually the viewing platform for tomb number 7, which is totally inaccessible apparently, which is this little one here, flowering nicely in the sun. So this is 32 meters, so it's pretty similar to 5 and 6, and just 1 meter high, or 2. Yeah. But yeah, first time I've ever seen a tomb surrounded by this, so yeah, it's kind of cool, but I want to get out of here and get into a bit more sort of quieter residential, preferably farm surroundings. So yeah, let's move on. Number 8. Oh yeah, and this is actually the last tomb of the first of the 3 kind of groupings of tombs. So this is what's it called? Yatsushiro Dai Kofun-gun. So let's head on to the next one, which I think was Tenno Zuka something. Anyway, I'll check the name when we get there. Let's go.